Mary Marquez, and we are welcome you all here to our home, the Free Library, the house of everyone here. I would like to let you know about the kickoff of the fifth Latin American Book Fair and the open ceremony today. This program, this community-led program started 5 years ago with the idea of creating a platform that authors, editors, illustrators, and also the public to kind of be on first hand and, and talk to with them about their own stories. Thank you to the Library of Philadelphia to opening the home today so everyone can be here. We are going to start with a little video that is going to be a recollection of the 5 years and hopefully more for the Free Library of Philadelphia, but also for the project, the Latin American Book Fair project. So, Susan, can you please?
Hello, everybody. I want to invite you to the first Latin American Book Fair. It's going to be on fall folder. Food, music, beer, and activities. Thank you so much for being here. And our first Latin American Book Fair. Hola a todos. Me complace invitarlos para la tercera para todos los amantes de la lectura, tenemos 30 escritores, poetas, ilustradores, estaremos nuevos libros en esta tercera generación. Por favor, acompáñenos. Los invitamos a disfrutar del acto musical del grupo Tierra Caliente y deliciosa comida latina.
I'm so proud of the working committee during all these 5 years. It's been a learning process, but also having all these community partners believing in us for this project. Thank you so much, and today we are celebrating our 5th anniversary. Thank you to all of you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Also, I want to thank today our partner, our media partner, Latinos, that is doing the Facebook Live of the ceremony. So thank you, Latinos, Olga and Edgar, for doing this today. So following the program, I'm going to welcome Priscilla Suero. She is the first Deputy Director of the Free Library of Philadelphia, who is going to give her welcome remarks. Priscilla.
Well, good afternoon and welcome to the Parkway Central Library Time Center for Civic and Cultural Engagement to kick off the Latin American Book Fair and debut the wonderful micro and macro Cosmo exhibition. As Mary mentioned, my name is actually Priscilla Amadi Suero. That's my name. But I just simplify it for everyone. I simplify it just for those that might not know how to roll the R's as well as my family and I do. And I am the first deputy director here at the library. My family is in the Dominican Republic, and I am a third generation American citizen. So the two things I want to note here is that the library, I give a lot of credit to changing the trajectory of my family. Both of my parents migrated from the Dominican Republic, and if it wasn't for the library having these open and safe spaces for my parents to come in, I wouldn't have got the resources and support, especially with education, to be able to be here today. And that's from like tutoring and learning English. It wasn't until I got to the second grade. And that's from tutoring. So I think a lot of why I'm here and all the educational background that I have to the library. So it's an honor to even be working in the role that I am in an institution that helps many people that look and have the same experience. Secondly, we do have a new leadership team here at the library that's changed in the last year and a half, and diversity and representation matters. So for me, as who I am and what I represent, I am passionate to create who I am and what I experience to the forefront, to the direction, decisions, and the vision. I want to thank Mary Marquez and Susanna Herminska for their hard work on this event. Today's event is another example of how the Free Library is embracing and celebrating diverse communities in Philadelphia. And while Hispanic and Latinx Heritage Month is coming to a close soon, I encourage you to continue to learn about the rich history and culture by exploring the Free Library's wealth of resources that are available to you online and on-site. And again, thank you for attending and supporting the library and welcoming me to be here. Thank you.
Wow, I have to be here to discover that Priscilla is first generation Dominican. So, thank you. Yeah, yes, yeah. So I'm going to invite Ana Omana, who is going to do the welcome remarks from the Latin American Book Fair Committee. Ana.
Good afternoon, everybody. On behalf of the Latin American Book Fair Committee, I want to welcome you all for this kickoff celebration. It's the first time we have done it in the library, and we're very thankful for that. Over the past 5 years, many of our authors have shared their stories, providing insight into Latin American culture, literature, customs, and traditions. Today, we take pride in continuing our mission to promote reading and writing encouraging publications in Spanish in this vibrant city of Philadelphia. Recently named as Welcoming City. Philadelphia is a city that embraces diversity and initiatives like this fair. So we are very helpful that the City Hall have supported us for past 4 years. And this year we welcome Taller Puertorriqueño to be fully partner of the Latin American Book Fair. I will quote a brilliant Venezuelan poet who said, "Debo estar lejos porque ya no escucho los pájaros." It translates, "I must be very far away and no longer hear birds." This metaphor reflects on people leaving their home countries. Our fair is a rich tapestry for Latin American roots, artistic expressions, writing of people that have lived a lasting imprint in all those books. We can read them and feel closer to home. In conclusion, I invite you all to read more, learn more, enjoy Latin America more, and welcome our authors tomorrow. So I hope see you all there. Thank you.
Well, this year we are having our country, Peru, that is invited, to be the first country that we are honoring in the ceremony of the Latin American Book Fair. So I would like to invite Teresa Rocher, who is going to do a welcoming remarks for the organization Pat Here. Teresa.
Good afternoon to all. And my name is Teresa Carmen Yanes Suarez Rauscher. In short, Teresa Rauscher. I'm here representing Path Here, Peruvian Americans, together here. And I'm here also with two of my colleagues, Benedicta Leon, who is the president, and Jenny Maraví Saibel, who is our director of events and development committee. We are very delighted to be here in this wonderful celebration honoring our Hispanic heritage, culture, and literature. Path Here is a nonprofit volunteer organization that was founded in Pennsylvania in 2020. We aim to serve the Peruvian American community by providing or organizing programs, educational, cultural programs such as this, and providing social advocacy as well. For example, this past July, Path Here offered by competition 2 scholarships, each of $2,000, and 2 honorary mention awards, each of $1,000, to Peruvian American students of this region who had been accepted to start their academic studies here in the United States. So we have been very proud of that, and we thank the support of the community for having helped us raise those funds to support a little bit these young students. We thank the Free Library, the 5th Latin American Book Fair, Taller Puertorriqueño, the community leaders, and the volunteers who have done this amazing job in support of organizing this event. Really, it's a lot of hard work to bring together so many talented artists and poets. So we enjoy being part of this celebration. We invite you to please see the Peruvian exhibit that is just around the corner. We call it a traditional regional Peruvian dresses, which really reflect Peru's rich tradition of folk art that often reflects indigenous as well as a colonial fusion in its dresses and also in its music expressions. The exhibition includes 3 dresses, one from the coast, that it comes from a department called Piura, that is usually used when one does tondero. The second dress is from the mountains, the Andes, and that comes from a department called Cusco, and is worn when one dances huayno. And the third one is an attire that women use in the jungle region, and that's worn when one participates in the anaconda dance. Please, I cannot show you how these dances work, but they are beautiful. Peru is a rich country in history, in its traditions, in terms of food as well, and you have seen brasses, with the wonderful display. So we invite you to come and visit the exhibit. Once again, I thank you all for being here, for supporting this wonderful community event. Really brings us together. And what better way, to say we are here, we contribute to our community, we are part of this. Thank you.
Yes, I will invite you, after the ceremony ends, to go and see the dresses and, and take a picture with the dresses too. Now I'm going to invite Norma Corrales Martin for the poet presentation.
Hello. Good afternoon to all. I have the pleasure to introduce our poet who's going to read for us today, Roger Santibáñez. He is originally from Piura, Peru, a region that you mentioned.
The dress.
Yeah, the dress is from. He studied literature at Universidad de San Marcos in Lima, and he is also a PhD from the program in Latin American poetry at Temple University. He founded the group The Sacred Family, La Sagrada Familia, and he also was militant in Hora Cero, another poetry movement in Lima, Peru. He also was a leader in the movement Cloaca, and this is the New Vanguard in 1982. He has recopilations of his works published between 2006 and 2020, and he has recently published many books like Santa Rosa de Lima, Poema Sacro en 31 Silvas, and Entre el Paraíso y el Infierno. He has worked in prestigious universities such as Princeton University and Bennington College. He actually resides in New Jersey, where he's dedicated to writing, studying, and contemplation of poetry. Welcome, Roger Santibáñez.
Bueno, primero quiero agradecer a los organizadores de todo este evento, de la feria, en la persona de Leiti Rodríguez, que me escribió para estar aquí hoy día con ustedes. Les agradezco a todos ustedes por su presencia en esta hermosa mañana o mediodía. Antes de leer lo que tengo acá, quiero presentarles este libro que se llama Estas son las muchachas dulces de Latinoamérica. Son poetas mujeres. Es un conglomerado grande de poetas mujeres, como ustedes pueden ver. Es un libro bastante gordo. Un montón de poetas mujeres latinoamericanas que ha recopilado nuestro querido amigo, poeta también, Johan Sarmiento, que está acá adelante, con quien formamos parte de un grupo que se llama Voces Latinoamericanas en Filadelfia. ¿Okay? Este libro va a estar mañana en la feria, en taller puertorriqueño, así que ustedes lo pueden conseguir ahí. Bueno, entonces ahora sí voy a leer de este tríptico. Es un tríptico que ha editado justamente, es un tríptico, ¿no? 3 partes, es un tríptico de poesía, es un solo poema que ha editado también el excelente diseñador Johan Sarmiento con el sello Voces Latinoamericanas. Esta plaquette, también se denomina así esta clase de publicaciones, plaquette, se titula Gardesana. Es un poema que tiene 3 partes breves, que es lo que voy a leer ahora para todos ustedes. Gardesana. 1. Gardesana sonríe la noche desnuda, en la manzana corriendo las ligas desasidas, por las calles con pastos luminados. Su cintura y la canción más el sol sabían esa luz ponerse en calma. Alegre la tristeza simbra la dulzura con aires religiosos, y el canto deslíe sus fanales. Silenciosa entre el viento se cambia, el corazón le sube flores redivivas, por música y fraseo vuelve a creer, el notable recuerdo del deseo. Quizá es rápida la luz de su parque, permitiendo la caída de la tarde, apura el sueño y su amor se recupera, caras envueltas por exquisita soledad, el tiempo esconde, el amanecer que cura, abriga riqueza o angustia, porción estática, piel avanzada por planicies perfectas, en un nimbus exhalación de los ritmos dormidos moviéndose, subes en mis venas por el mástil que deseas recordar, ahora respirando en el dibujo de la presa querida, son canciones nítidas cuyos tonos se alargan infinitos en tu nocturna cabellera. 2. Alfeñiques cometidos para oír, su sonido entreverado afirma, levante de tu reino en un recinto desmedido, reuniendo los suspiros y dulzura del amor. Hoy recurro a poseídas situaciones donde tú cuidabas los papeles escritos por la inercia de nichos congelados. Fuegos igual al mar azul, atardeceres y sueños y resaltada azúcar, una finura, solitarios periplos, luminiscentes brazos mórbidos adquieren el sonido redoble de su batería, almanaques donde las estrellas declaran su fervor, de frutas tan lozanas. Floresta suave, escucha la fresca, sinuosa concha de confite en la ventana y en la cama. Allí sacude el ave su excitado plumaje. Ella es la doncella cuyas olas son marinas, prisión del corazón. Cintas en ofensiva, en ofertorio se recrean y sueñan con volver a tocar sus pudendas partes palomas. Viven el vaivén engastado en oro puro y renacen con el polvo sagrado. Muchacha que habla y escribe los estambres brotados del clamor, ritos feraces, secretos en el sosiego de la noche. Y 3. La luz que su sombra reconoce, afina tu silencio, suma y siente tibieza de tu orilla calatita, riza tus cabellos en una risa la cascada mecida por los aires citadinos, surtiendo con flores de colores el alféizar donde apoyas tus caderas. Gardesana los paisajes de tu cuerpo, se me vienen, son posibles ansiados recordados, lamidas rutas internas, soleado y escondido, cisne de tu cuello, bodegón perfecto, marco blanco, derrocha belleza que no olvido, armas endulzadas acercan arrecifes, tornamesa transforma el sonido de tu cuerpo, esta poesía, costado de la divina música, mudas gardesana en la canción que aquí te toco.
Muchas gracias, Roger. Él hizo honor a la lengua en español y dijo todo en español. Muchísimas gracias. Now I would like to invite Norma Corrales Martin, who is going to explain to you the ceremony of our pin.
Thank you, Mary. And thanks to our authors of the 5th Latin American Book Fair in Philadelphia. The pin that we're going to grant you today symbolizes the sense of pertaining and the commitment that you have demonstrated with the mission of the fair, which reads to promote reading from early childhood until adulthood. You, as authors, have shared with us our labor for making the fair a success and having us to this day, the 5th Latin American Book Fair. The logo in the pin was designed by Anna, who gave you our welcome, and also Mariuska Forbes. It includes the bell, the Philadelphia Bell, because this is where we are and the city that we love, and also the City Hall, because the City Hall is where everything started. And this is what the pin we're going to give you today means. I'm going to read in Spanish. Gracias a nuestros autores de la quinta Latin American Book Fair, el pin que les otorgamos hoy simboliza el sentido de pertenencia y el compromiso que han demostrado ustedes con la misión de la feria de promover la lectura desde temprana edad hasta la adultez. Ustedes, como autores, se unen a nuestra labor, no solo el día de la feria, sino todo el tiempo. El logo fue diseñado en 2019 por Mariuska Forbes y Anna Sapsel, y la campana alude a nuestra sede, Filadelfia, y el City Hall, al epicentro donde todo comenzó. Gracias por estar con nosotros hoy.
I'm going to invite all the authors that are here today to be here at the front, so members of the Latin American Book Fair Committee can read the pin. Please.
Yo creo que tiene que estar facing de la parcela. Cuando hay...
Bravo. Bravo.
Era ahí y ellos tienen que...
Los de Comitaca y los actores pasan mientras.
Háganlo otra vez, sin problema.
No nos enredamos.
Ah, sí mismo. Mira, mira.
¿No se necesita?
Ahí.
Aquí.
Jael Conde es miembro del comité de Latin American Book Fair y está entregando el pin a la doctora Norma Corrales Martin.
Thank you. Next.
Okay. Sí, Venezuela. Pues la peruana Carmen Marcet está entregando el pin también a Robert. Gracias por su apoyo. Sí, viva Perú. Colombia, sí, Colombia, Perú.
Estoy al canto y yo me voy ya a trabajar. ¿Se lo abre? ¿Por qué? ¿Pongo uno?
¿Usted no se puso serio?
Sí.
¿Quién más falta?
Orgullosamente el pin de su hijo. Muchacho, esto es un poco incómodo. Yo te lo
Contaste un poco.
¿Tú qué lo vas a ver? ¿Por qué? Mira,
Sí, viene para acá.
Víctor José va a estar, Víctor Miguel va a recibir.
Así es. Por favor, las personas que han recibido su PIN y los miembros del comité, por favor, si se pueden citar.
Vente, que más. Claro está.
Por favor,
¿Os faltan pis? No, les faltan qué.
Ahora viene para acá. Gracias. Rosa. Ya,
Oh.
ya.
Reverendo.
Ok.
Falta de Joana. Colombiano. Gracias. Y ya usted.
Vienen para acá. Gracias.
por favor, también quería invitar a Salvador. Salvador. Salvador Pereira. Me gustaría que también pasaste a recibir su PIN.
Gracias.
Susana, can you please put the pin to Salvador? Necesito un pin más, por favor.
If you stay
Carmen,
this way, it's
Carmen.
going to be better.
Carmen, Carmen.
Venir para acá. You can do it from here. Okay, look at this one. Okay.
Thank you to all the House of the Nazis for being here today. We are going to continue with our program, and I'm going to invite Jael Conde to do our presentation for Best Author 2023. Jael.
Buenas tardes para todos. Good afternoon, everyone. To continue with the tradition, I'm going to say my full name for the first time. Yael Limbania Moreno Conde. So today we're here to celebrate and honor Alisa Reynoso Morris, an extraordinary writer and community leader. During the day, she works with community members, nonprofit organizations, and government officials to make the world a better place. Then, she puts her writer's hat on to write amazing stories about home, family, food, and the fun places she has been. Alisa works with the students, teachers, and nonprofits to tell compelling stories that inspire readers and writers. She is an Afro Latinx, Dominican, and Puerto Rican writer. As a storyteller, born in the Bronx and now residing in Philadelphia, Alisa has surprised us with books such as Plátanos Are Love and the new one, The Bronx is My Home. Her narratives resonate deeply, focusing on home, family, and culture. Alisa's commitment extends beyond writing. She has served as chief of staff for one of our local state representatives, where she worked to bring essential funds to the district and pass meaningful legislation. Her prior roles include working with organizations that aim to break the cycle of poverty. She provided English lessons for children in Tanzania and facilitated the establishment of the Women's Witness Protection Program for the International Criminal Tribunal for Rwanda. Additionally, Alisa mobilized 70 volunteers to build a sustainable aquaponic unit and water purification system in the Dominican Republic. Today, we celebrate a woman whose work extends from the written word, actional change, affecting both individual hearts and entire communities. The Latin American Book Fair is proud to present Alisa with the 2023 Author of the Year Award. Congratulations, Alisa. We know this is just the beginning of an amazing career as an author. Mari Marquez is going to receive the award on Alisa's behalf since she's currently attending a national event. Thank you.
Alisa gave me a remark to read today, and I'm going to read it. It is an honor to be the Latin American Book Fair Author of the Year. It is a privilege and honor to be able to share my book with the world. Writing and publishing our stories is oftentimes an uphill battle with numerous challenges, which is why the Latin American Book Fair is such an important celebration. I wish I could be with you all in person today, but I am in Arkansas, sharing my stories with the growing Latino demographic in the Midwest. I am also grateful to Mary for accepting the award on my behalf and for sharing these words with all of you. I want to share some helpful tips for aspiring authors that I actually learned from my grandmother, the most influential person in my life. First, stay curious and dream big. Every night before going to bed, my grandmother would ask me, "What did you learn today?" And this daily reflection challenged me to stay open and make it my mission to learn something new every day. Staying curious was enabled me to dream big. I dreamed of becoming an author since I was 7 years old. In the first book I wrote with my mom, when she said, "Writing is like magic. When I write, I have the power to do whatever I want." I honestly thought only dead white men became authors. I also knew the statistics. I knew that only 1% of submitted manuscripts are published, and on that 1%, only 6% of Latin authors are published. But my desire to learn new things and challenge myself kept me going. I honed my craft by taking classes, creating a writing community for myself, and applying to mentorships programs. Now I have 3 books with the 5 big publishers. The second lesson is to be grateful. Focusing on what you have and what are your blessings will not only help you to feel content, but also to help you to attract more blessings into your life. Every night I go to bed, I reflect on my day and write down at least one thing that I am grateful for. This practice allows me to feel overwhelmed. With that said, be grateful for this moment. Make sure you thank your professors, faculty, family, and friends that help and support you to get you to this moment. Lastly, if you take nothing from what I said except one thing, let it be: the world needs you. We are living in challenging times, and the world needs your empathy, leadership, and gift. Alisa Reynoso Norris. Now I would like to invite Leti Rodriguez, who is going to give the award for community partner to Taller Puertorriqueño. And Nacheli, please come to the front.
Hola, gracias. Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Leti Rodriguez Largo, and this is es un sueño hecho realidad. Por muchos años deseaba tener una feria y pues nos hemos juntado y lo hemos hecho. Me ha emocionado mucho hoy haber visto lo que hemos hecho en 5 años a través de el video que se hizo. Gracias, Jesús. I'm so happy to present this award to Taller Puertorriqueño, a community-based cultural organization that use art to promote and develop within your community in the Latin diaspora. What Amigo Award means, what Amigo means for you, for us, for me. Amigo is someone that is by your side, believes in you, trusts you, supports you, helps you to grow, guides or advise you, and as happy that we shine. And I can go on and on. All those qualities we, the Latin American Book Fair Committee, considered last year to present the award for the first time. Taller Puertorriqueño has been our friend since 2019. It was the first time that I approached Carmen Febo, and he said, yes, esta es una idea quijotesca, pero she said yes. And Nacheli, since she started, she said yes again. And that's why we are so happy to be the partnership with Taller Puertorriqueño. We have used their building. We share the outdoors, we meet the outdoors in nuestro taller, Café con Autores. So I'm so happy to be with you and give this.
We also want to give you this pin if you want to contribute.
Gracias a todos los amigos de la Feria Latinoamericana.
Muchas gracias. Es hermoso ver tantas caras, las caras lindas de nuestra gente bella de Latinoamérica. Taller puertorriqueño es de la comunidad y es para la comunidad. Y es para hacer comunidad. Creo que todos los que emigramos nos sentimos esa soledad. Y cuando estamos en estos espacios podemos encontrar todas nuestras interseccionalidades y disfrutarnos. Y vernos desde ese espejo, porque somos lo mismo. Hemos venido de diferentes sufrimientos y seguimos aquí parados. Y lo más maravilloso de espacios como este, de crear, de retener estos espacios, es que podemos decir nuestras historias con nuestras propias palabras, desde nuestras propias experiencias. Nadie tiene que hablar por nosotros. Sigamos, continuamos. Gracias a los editores. Gracias a los escritores por pasar hambre, por pasar noches en velo. Gracias a las casas editoriales por creer en el trabajo. Y Taller Puertorriqueño siempre va a ser la casa para toda Latinoamérica. Gracias.
Thank you very much for all this work, for your commitment. And also, I want to say that since the Free Library is my home, also the Free Library is here, also is for you. So we can use the space in here, so we can celebrate our voice, our unique voice that each one of you bring here. Now, I would like to invite Susana, who is going to do a little remark about the Micro Macro project exhibition. Susana.
Hello, good afternoon, everyone. I'll try to keep it short because I know we have exciting activities that are following in a few minutes. But I wanted to first just welcome everyone. It's so good to see both new and familiar faces. I wanted to give a few words of gratitude. I know Mary shared a lot with regards to our gratitude on behalf of the Free Library, but I just wanted to extend those words further and say thank you so much to the Heim Center staff, to Central Public Services Division, our amazing colleagues in buildings, AV, and custodial. Those are our coworkers that just make this place run and make events like this possible, and we're just so grateful. And especially my colleagues Priscilla Suero and Mary Marquez. I just couldn't be more grateful for the ongoing collaboration and the leadership that we have in this room, and the ways that we here at the library just continue to appreciate the ways that we can work together and really work with this mindset of by, for, and about community that so many of you shared in the room today. And that's how this work can grow and it can flourish. So we're just so happy to have you all here. Thank you. I also want to say thank you to the book fair team. What an amazing team. This is why it's growing for these last 5 years. So it's wonderful to meet all of you. Also to Jesus Ricon for doing the photography today. And a really special thank you to Teresa Rauscher and her team for these beautiful dresses that we have on display. They're only going to be on display today. So please make sure that you look at them, enjoy them, take photos, ask for more information. This is a really just wonderful pleasure to have them here in the Heim Center to share with all of you. Now I want to turn my remarks to Salvador, who may have stepped out to get ready for the next activity. So Salvador Pereira and I met back in May. This is his neighborhood library, okay? And when we think about our 54 locations throughout this library system, we think sometimes about this big building as like not necessarily being a neighborhood library, but this is a neighborhood library. And for Salvador, this is the place that he loves to come and reflect and look at library materials. And he's a real people person, which I quickly found out when I met him in May. And so from there, we started talking about what could we do? What kind of work could we do? And ultimately, we settled on this idea of an exhibit. And later, we were able to partner with Mary and bring together these two events in this really harmonious way. But I just want to share a little bit about the work with Salvador first. He's really been an amazing thought partner. And when I say that, I think a lot about the ways in which we have these shared experiences around diaspora, immigration, first generation experiences. And it's really those lived experiences that then we invite you all to connect to in the exhibit. So thinking about these ideas of like what connects us to live our own lived experiences and the lived experiences of others, and what then propels us to create, right? What propels us to pursue our creativity. And so with that spirit in mind, we want to invite you to gather your personal belongings and head out into the West Gallery, which is right through the double doors that you came through. Check out the exhibit in West Gallery and also get hands-on. So the exhibit has kind of two parts. The Cosmos part are original paintings that we have on display, 10 paintings, and there's a write-up about the information, and Salvador is also going to be giving an artist talk. And then on the other side is assemblage, so found objects that come together in this micro-macro approach that really speaks to lived experiences. And then finally, next to our book display featuring amazing library materials that we have in our collections that you can check out, we have a hands-on ephemeral art activity, which Salvador will explain more about, but this is a chance for you to, using materials that he has gathered and curated, to create your own artwork, take a photo, and then we'll add those photos to the exhibit. So again, thank you so much for being here. Gather up your belongings, and we'll meet you out in the gallery.
Please, thank you very much for being here, and we are going to take some pictures, please. And also we can go to the other two rooms.
Si vieron bien y no tienen la cajita, aquí está. ¿Quién cuenta por caja?